All right. I believe we will go ahead and get started. We have a fair bit to go through, and we have a guest who is going to talk with us towards the end of the meeting. So we will go ahead and get this party started here. There we go. All right. So, welcome to this month's meeting of the Kindness Club. I am very happy to see so many people here and some new faces that maybe haven't been here before. So, that's very nice. We are Dr. Kelly Jernigan and Dr. Kim Rush. We are the chapter advisors for the Kindness Club. This is our contact information if you guys need to reach out, have questions, have suggestions, really anything that you want to talk about club related. We are happy to help. To start, I wanted to go over, I guess it was 2 weekends ago now, all of the graduation festivities. I have been at APUS for 16 years now, and this was the first time I've ever gone to any of that. And it was amazing. It was so much fun. If you have a chance to go to graduation, whether it's yours or a friend's, a family member's, definitely go. Just to be able to put faces with names that you've seen was fantastic. The first night was that Thursday. It was the Be Great Awards Gala, which I was invited to because, as you know, we got the Outstanding New Student Organization Award. So that Thursday night, everybody dressed up super fancy. It's the fanciest I have been dressed up since probably ring dance at Virginia Tech. Um, Everybody was dressed up. I didn't know anyone. So I had to try to find a couple of faces in the crowd. I ended up finding my program director that I have worked with for more than a decade and have never met in person until that night. So it was really cool to actually be able, like I said, to put faces with names. Our very own Donna Hess, who is a member of the Kindness Club, was nominated for the Excellence in Teaching Award for undergraduate classes. So that was nice. I didn't know that she was going to be nominated. So congratulations on that. On Friday morning, they had an awards luncheon, and this is where the Kindness Club was presented with our award. So again, another fancy sort of get together. I got to meet Lindsay, who works in student affairs, and Amy, handful of other people as well. But meeting so many people, names sort of started to run together here. But that was the setup at the awards luncheon, and that is my daughter and myself after I collected the award. She was not really super excited to be in that picture. She was scowling at me. She had to walk over, but now we have a nice picture. Okay, this is the grad finale. This was by far the most fun event of that weekend. We had a kindness club table, so it was where all of the student organizations had the opportunity to set up a table to share what they do with the graduates and their families and friends, and also with other faculty and staff who maybe don't know what each of the individual clubs really gets into. So we had a table set up there. We had little stress ball sort of things, but they were stars with cute little kindness sayings on them. We had stickers. We had cards that the kids could color. We had a ton of markers if they wanted to color them there. A lot of people took the cards and colored them later. We had Janet's book giveaway, which people were super excited about. We had dozens of people put in their names and email addresses for a chance to win that. We have done that drawing. I had my daughter shake up the box real good after the event and draw out two of the names. I've contacted both of them. I've only heard back from one, so we may have to draw another name here by the end of the week. But people were super excited about it. They were so appreciative of having something, that delivered that message, delivered the whole bilingual sort of aspect, because that's really important to a lot of people. A lot of people have bilingual families. So they were super excited about that. It was great. We had a box where people could leave thank you cards for professors or staff members that they thought of that really stood out during their experience here at the university. So we had a handful of people take the time to write up a note um, to leave, and then I have emailed those people and shared those notes with them. We also had a "Be Kind" sign that you can see on the table there that I found at Hobby Lobby, and it glows like a neon sign, and I was super excited about that. My daughter got to meet both of our university mascots. And she, like I said, they had a ton of things there for everybody to do. It's very, very family oriented. So again, if you get the chance to go, it is well worth the time. They had face painting. You could decorate graduation caps. Something they did that I thought was really interesting. They had felt graduation hats that people could decorate for themselves, but then they also had proper graduation hats that you could decorate for a member of the military. And then they would hand those out to people if they wanted them to actually wear during graduation or just to keep as sort of a memento from the event. So I believe Melina decorated probably one of each. They had jugglers that were walking around. They had hula hoops that were absolutely massive. It must have been probably 8 or 9 feet across, and this little 5-year-old just had it going. I have never been able to hula hoop, so good for that person. This last picture on the slide, is Frances and me. We got to meet and hang out for a few minutes at grad finale, and on Saturday during graduation, when she walked across the stage, I was close enough over to the edge that when she came by, I got to yell at her and celebrate with her a little bit more, so that was really cool. Um, this event was the first time in 16 years that I have met any students in person. It was really nice to be able to see what it is that we do, to see these people celebrating the culmination of all their hard work and all of their time, to be able to really celebrate. To meet Francis, and there was a handful of other members as well. I think Francis is probably the only one I got a picture of. But I also got to meet one of my students who had just finished a class with me, and she came over and she was telling me that she enjoyed the class and all this. It really just sort of reinvigorated my attitude about being here. It was really nice to be able to interact with everybody, to have that personalized feeling that sometimes maybe we don't necessarily get because we're fully online. So that was the grad finale event. And I don't think I've put any pictures of graduation. I'm going to save those for our graduation newsletter that's going to come out in a couple of days here. Now my computer does not want to move. Okay, there we go. Okay. Um, One thing I wanted to share that I've talked to Kim about here recently. We have some sort of an initiative pretty much every month during or for Kindness Club. We have whether it's a game that runs for the whole month or maybe just for a week. We've done the food drives, or back in Thanksgiving, we were sharing every day something that we're thankful for. So we always have something going on, but I'm going to make sure that it's not meant to be a limitation. Whatever the initiative is that we have going on is by no means meant to be the only act of kindness that you should be doing. Being kind is important every day. So if we don't have a game going right now, which we don't, you know, please feel free to go out and do things and share them with us. Let us know what you're doing. Um, I know Francis just volunteered at I think it was the K-Pasa festival with work. And I've seen a couple of other things, you know, tag us in those things or send one of us an email, post it on our Facebook page. Let us know what you're doing. But please don't ever think that the only acts of kindness we're looking for are the ones that we're sort of initiating. This club is
Mm.
meant to inspire kindness year round of all kinds, no limitations. So definitely get out there, be kind. And, whether you let us know about it or not, that's fine. We'd love to hear about it so that we can share. But if you want to keep it to yourself, I understand that too. All right. Something we do have going on right now is our collaboration with the APUS Reads group, which is the book club here at the university. We had signed up a couple months ago to sort of sponsor this month, or June's book, which is Neil Gaiman's The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I just got my copy yesterday. I am already more than halfway through it. It's only 171 pages long, so it's not a super long read. And it's really, I don't know, it's really interesting, but I find myself anticipating what's going to come next. I love Coraline, which Neil Gaiman also wrote. So I keep sort of waiting for things from that to sort of play out in this book as well. So if it sounds like something you might be interested in, or if you know some of Neil Gaiman's other works, definitely check it out. I got my copy on Amazon. I think it was like $6. So you can buy a copy and get a copy from a library, however you want to do it. But we do want to encourage everybody to get a copy, to read it, and participate in their discussion of the book next month. You can do that on Goodreads or on their Facebook page. But both of those, you're going to have to sign up and sort of join that group. Like our Facebook page is private for members only, so is theirs. So if you want to join that discussion, just know that you're going to have to sign up for the group. For those pages, you don't actually have to join the group, but for those pages. And then they are going to have a meeting to discuss the book in person, their monthly meeting, which is Tuesday, June 24th at 8 p.m. So I believe that's the week after our monthly meeting next month. So if you can, if you're interested, grab a copy, get involved in that conversation. They would really appreciate some new faces showing up to their meetings and stuff. Also in June, we are going to have a food drive. We decided to do this because the kids are starting to get out of school. I know this is my daughter's last week of school. Friday will be her last day. So when the kids are home for summers or for other holiday breaks, it can be hard for families that are already struggling to make sure that everybody has enough food. Lots of people do food drives during Thanksgiving and Christmas because that's what we think of, right? We think of big meals and we think of helping people. But over the summer months, the food banks and the food pantries don't really get as much help as they might normally get. So we're going to do the June food drive to help out with that. So we're going to do it a lot like we did back in December, where we had that sort of Advent collection. So there's going to be a schedule. And I believe it was in the newsletter, and I'm going to send it out again in June's newsletter, but it's also in these slides. Again, there's suggestions for each day, but you're not limited to those. If you can't find something, or if you would just rather donate something else, totally fine. And again, we'd love to hear when you guys are engaged with these initiatives that we're doing. So when you gather up your goods and when you go to drop them off, take a picture real quick. You don't have to be in it, but take a picture, post it on socials so that we know that you're, participating, so that we can see what everybody's doing. I did find out today, actually, I confirmed that the Model UN Club and the Phi Alpha Delta Club, which is a law fraternity, sorry. Both of those groups are going to join us with this food drive. So they are going to be alongside, also taking collections, also making the donations. So it'll be really great to have 3 groups doing this to help out our local communities in the spirit of working together at the university level. And yes, Kim, I will send out the link about the APUS Reads meeting once I get it.
Also, real quick, what was the other club?
It's Phi Alpha Delta. Let me double check that. Phi
And
Alpha Delta. It's a law fraternity.
yeah,
That
yeah,
and
what
the
was
Model UN Club.
Model UN? Okay, I
Yeah.
was paying so much attention to Phi Alpha Delta that I missed Model UN.
I got you. Yeah. So the
Okay.
modeling UN. So what it is I believe it's Dr. Barney is the chapter advisor for both groups. And so I was talking
Okay.
to him on LinkedIn, and we threw in
Yeah,
all 3 groups here together. So
cool. I
so
love
that is the plan. This is the schedule that Kim worked up for us. And again, it's sort of the Advent, it's the exact same thing as the Advent thing. So there's an item for every single day, with the idea being that you're going to drop it off on the 7th day each week. Now, if you want to get everything that first day and go drop it off, that's great. Again, you're not locked into this schedule. But there's a couple interesting things on here that we didn't have in December's food drive. One of those that I find most interesting is a can opener. Um, a lot of times we take that for granted. We'll donate canned goods all the time, but if somebody doesn't have a can opener, that's not going to do them a whole lot of good. Um, it doesn't have to be a super spiffy $30 electric can opener. I just have one of the little hand crank ones because it's a lot more reliable and I trust it. I've never trusted the electric ones not to just drop my can of stuff on my counter. Um, we also have baby food on here to help out. Babies eat a lot and baby food is expensive. So having the baby food on there, having the can opener, even salt and pepper. Again, something that a lot of us probably take for granted, that we have the ability to make our food taste the way we want to. So I really do like this layout. I really do like the things on here. So I really hope you participate and help us with this and help support those kids and their families as summer break starts up.
This will also be posted on Facebook each week so that you have the weekly list.
Perfect. Perfect. Um, I'm also gonna put the slides on there like I usually do. But the week to week thing I really liked because it broke it down and was easier. I could just add it to my grocery list. So thank you. I did look over the survey results over the last couple of days. Thank you for everybody who participated in that. Every now and then, we just want to get your thoughts on what's going on, how we're doing, what you think about the things that we've done, what you would like to see us do in the future. So we got some really good feedback from that survey. Um, Everybody said that most of you guys will follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn, which I sort of gathered. I think on Blue Sky, I think we have exactly one person who follows, and pretty much the same on X or Twitter. Instagram has a few more people following along, but it's definitely Facebook and LinkedIn where most of you guys are and where we're most active, to be honest. Um, Facebook, as I mentioned earlier, it's a private page just for members. So there, we can share links to the meetings and we can share more sort of personal information that I don't really feel comfortable putting out on something that is completely open like Instagram or Twitter. LinkedIn is the same thing, but a little bit more professional oriented than Facebook is. But both of those are definitely the ones we're most active on. So if you haven't followed us there yet and you have an account, please go ahead and sign up. We would love to have you. As far as these meetings, I know we've got a pretty good turnout here tonight, which is awesome. And thank you guys for coming. But I know the date and time don't work for some people. It's really hard with a group. We have more than 75 members now. So finding a date and a time that's going to work for everybody is just not going to happen. But I don't know why it hadn't occurred to me before to post the recordings of our meetings online. But I was talking with a student of mine who is also a member. Hello, Chelsea, if you are here. Um, and she suggested posting them on Facebook so that everybody could watch the meeting, even if they weren't able to attend it. So I will start doing that with tonight's meeting. It will be posted on Facebook later on. I always posted the slides, but I will also now post the recordings, which is, that makes sense. Some of the favorite activities, I asked you guys in that survey, what was it that you enjoyed the most that we had done? The top two were the daily thankfulness in November, which I mentioned earlier, and supporting Operation Gratitude back in March. Both of those were really interesting events. The Operation Gratitude, we gathered together more items than we had set the goal for, so that was great. The daily thankfulness back in November was really sort of introspective to try to come up with something to be actively thankful about every single day of the month. Some of them, you've got the standards. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for, my job and things like that. But then as you kept going on to try to think, to put time into something that you're thankful for that you might normally overlook. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that event, and I'm sure we will be doing it again. As far as things that you guys wanted to see more of going forward, the top three things on there were suggestions for acts of kindness, merchandise options, and guest lectures about kindness. So as far as suggestions for acts of kindness, we can definitely hype that up. That's not a problem. Merchandise gets a little bit dicier in terms of finding somebody who can, make t-shirts or whatever it is for us, and then figuring out the logistics of, people being able to order them and all of that. But I absolutely want to do that. I would love to be rocking a kindness club shirt next year at grad finale. That would be amazing. Guest lectures about kindness, I am also working on, trying to line up some people who can talk to us. We have had some guest lectures. Janet talked to us, I believe it was last month, about her books. And we do have a guest lecturer today. We have Stacy Robinson from Career Services, and she is going to talk with us real quick about sort of the services and the information and everything that's available to students and alumni. So I will turn it over to Stacy if you are ready.
I am ready. Thank you so much, Kelly, for inviting me to be here today. That is exactly what I was going to ask you to throw up there. Again, my name is Stacy Robinson. I am the career coach for the arts, humanities, and education industries, and a little bit of hospitality. And then as well, I am also the career exploration coach. So if you notice on this Who We Are slide, that very first one that you're seeing is career exploration. I help our students who may be trying to make a degree program change and are trying to tie in their change with what their career goals are, or maybe what their past experience is and how they can put that together. I also work with alumni and uh, kind of determining it. What do they want to do next? What do I want to be when I grow up? And it doesn't matter how old you are. We never grow up, and we can grow and change. And especially in today's world, nobody hardly ever starts in a career and finishes at retirement in the same career they started. So if you're looking to explore career options, how to put the puzzle pieces together, I like to say, your degree, your past experience, your volunteer experience, your hobbies, your wish list, so to speak, I can help you put those puzzle pieces together. We also offer career coaching. We have 5 coaches at this time who are industry specific. So we have myself, the Arts, Humanities, Education, Career Exploration. We have a business industry coach who also covers our transportation and logistics students. We have a coach that specializes in, 2 coaches that specialize in our STEM fields, as well as one of those is a federal employment specialist that we can connect you with if you are looking at federal hiring. We know that that is a unique situation at this time, but there are still some openings in that federal space. Or maybe you are a federal employee who has been part of the RIF. We can assist you with that as well. And then we have a dedicated coach for more of our securities, Homeland Security, emergency management, criminal justice fields. And she is a Marine Corps veteran as well as a military spouse. So she's got a lot of background in those industries. So we have unique coaches that are suited to help you reach your career goals. If you want to book to speak with a career coach, you can do that one of 2 ways. You can do that by signing into your eCampus and going to the Student Services tab. And in the dropdown, you'll see career coaching. That's going to take you to a coaching form, and you are going to be able to give us some details that'll come to us through email, and we will connect you with a career coach. The other way is I'm going to drop a link here in the chat of our career services menu. This is a breakdown of everything that we do. And it also has our direct booking links over on the bottom right in our office hours and scheduling an appointment. So I'm going to drop that in here for you so that you have that to take a look at. And I want to kind of touch on those last couple things that are on that list. How do we assist students and alumni? Well, first of all, I want to point out that as long as you are enrolled in a course at AMU or APU, and an active student, you have access to career services. Once you confer at least one degree from our university and become an alumni, you have access to career services for life at no additional cost to you. So while you may go on to another university and complete some other programs, you can always circle back to us. And we jokingly tell a lot of our students that, you know, when you retire and maybe you're 80 and you decide you want a little side gig, come back to us. We'll help you. It won't be at any additional charge. We are very unique, as most career services departments offer their alumni 1 year at no charge. And if they want access to career services beyond that 1 year from their graduation date, there is a charge for their services. We do not believe in charging our students anything else. We are here for you to support you once you graduate for life. So did want to put that plug in there because that makes us unique. You see, we can provide mock interview services. We can provide resume reviews. We can do that a couple ways. The first you'll see below, it says Hiration. I'm going to drop that link in there too for you. Hiration is our AI-powered resume review tool. It works for private sector resumes only. So if you are wanting to do well, it's not wanting to come in there. We're going to try this one more time. See if we can't get that to work again. But Hiration is our AI-powered resume review tool where you can upload your resume, and sometimes it's hard to speak and copy and paste at the same time. Here we go. And it will use AI to help you review and format your resume. It will give you suggestions through ChatGPT. And then up in the top right corner, it will say submit for expert review. If you click that button, it's going to be sent to one of our teams, or to one of our coaches on our team, and we will be able to look further at that with human eyes after AI looks at it, provide more comments, and send it back to you. Additionally, you can email it to us for a resume review. Send it to us in Word document format. We'll use the comment feature, give you some feedback, and send it back to you. Or you can request a live resume review session with a coach, and we can sit and talk through your resume. And then CareerLink. This is our baby. If you are a faculty or staff member, we encourage you to join CareerLink as well. And set up a profile with us. CareerLink is our, let's say, job board, resources, networking platform, and events all in one. You create a profile just like you do on LinkedIn. You're able to look for networking opportunities with other students, alumni, faculty, and staff. You can find all of our resources housed there, our resume writing resources, cover letter resources, interview resources, internship resources. I do want to point out that we do have an internship for credit program that is available for students in our schools of business, security and global studies, and science, technology, and math. So if you are an undergraduate student in one of those schools and you would like to learn more about the internship for credit program, reach out to us at Career Services. We'll be able to assist you with that application process. We host virtual career fairs, internship fairs. We have employer-hosted recruitment events. We have vetted employers that like to work with our students and alumni. They will post their jobs on other sites like Indeed and their company websites, but they intentionally come to us and post those openings on our job board because they do like to work with our students and our alumni. Twice a year, we have a very, very large virtual career fair where we have recruiters come in and we have talent search employees from different companies that come in. You can submit your resume. You can go into virtual rooms to meet and make connections that may then turn into some jobs. And then I want to wrap up with, if you are a faculty member, we would love to partner with you to help you develop resources for your students as they relate to careers in the field that they are studying. Additionally, if you are a faculty member who is having hydration integrated into your courses and you have questions, please reach out to us. We can be reached at careerservices@apus.edu, or you can ping one of our career coaches within Teams. We would be happy to do that. So, Kelly, if you'd like to just throw up that last slide there, it'll have our contact information. You can reach us at careerservices@apus.edu. Again, if you would like coaching, you can submit that coaching form or book from the menu of services PDF that I posted in there. And we have a specific email there if you'd like to send us your resume. We just ask that you send it to us in a Word document format so we can use that comment feature. I am happy. That was quick. That was, we have so much more, but I wanted to touch on the highlights. That menu of services really breaks down what we can provide for you. And I would be happy to take any questions if anybody has any at this time.
I have some questions. So,
Absolutely.
okay, so do you have to be okay? So, I have questions as far as the institutional review board and like I'm in my seventh course with sociology, and I'm hoping to conduct an independent study. But during some of my studies, I'm hoping to have like a say or a choice. I can't take the IRB or the independent study. Well, no, I can't take the independent study until the ninth course out of 10, right prior to the capstone. I'll be taking grant writing now, and then I take a statistics course, a quantitative course, or something where we use statistical mathematics. And I'm hoping to understand how I can implement my learning with APUS with independent studies and IRB. Is
Okay.
there some way you can help me with that?
Unfortunately, as far as the courses connect to those programs, you would want to go either to a professor that you
Mm-hmm.
trust or reach out to advising for assistance with that.
Oh, hey, nice, nice. And I mean, is there someone who could help me to network with my job goals, like networking with my job goals and the IRB? I've reached out on more than one occasion. I haven't really heard back much, but it could be due to the due to the course, let's see, sequence that I'm somehow not. I mean, I did complete the IRB approval way back in quantitative methods. I completed quantitative methods between the spring and summer of 2024. So I think I should be applicable to utilize IRB studies. I would like to, design my own study for my independent study, and with work-related goals. But I keep
Yeah, for
knocking at the
anything
door, no one
related to
answers.
that, I would absolutely reach out to either your department chair or a professor in sociology that you trust. And again, I would
Mhm.
reach out to academic advising. We can assist you with networking tips and tricks. You can also create your profile in CareerLink and
Oh,
look for other students, faculty, staff,
right.
and alumni that may
Oh,
have similar experiences that you can reach out to for networking as well, just like you would on
nice.
LinkedIn.
Anna,
Oh, wait,
I
cool.
know
So
in
this
the
is
in the history
career.
department, if we have somebody who wants to do an independent study, the best person to go to is that program chair, because they sort of have to approve it and find the professor that's going to do it. So you might want to reach out to whoever that is in sociology. That's probably going to be your best bet there.
Oh,
Yeah, well, like we like to define it as if it's related to a course or your coursework, let's go to a
mm-hmm.
department chair or advising. If it's related to your end goal career, whether it's promotion, whether it's how to get to that career that you want to be in, then come to career services.
Okay,
Okay, well,
cool. Career services. And is the number that you gave the general, let me see. I'm trying to write it down, but I have some kind of frozen keys right now, and due to invasive spyware. So, is the 755 2787 a general number, or is that the direct
It is
career
a general
number?
number, and you can ask to be connected to the department that you need to speak with. So that would get you to any department that you need to. If you're wanting to reach career services, really the most efficient way would be to email that career services at apus.edu or go to the coaching forum in your eCampus.
Oh, man, nice, nice.
Well, Stacy, thank you so much for
You're
joining us
welcome.
today. I'm so glad that you could share that information. I had no
I
idea
wanted
that they could
to,
access things forever. That's fantastic.
Yes, we are very proud of that.
That is really, really great. All right, so we will go on here to the last little bit of business, and that is time to give away another tree. So hopefully I can get this to share here.
oh,
Hold on just a
nice.
second. Let's see. Okay. Am I sharing what I should be sharing here? Excellent. Okay. So then I will type everyone's names over here and we will get them added. Let's see. Gotta make sure I'm not missing anybody. Miley, Francis, Janet, Stephanie, and then
Thanks.
and Kim. Okay, so Kim, is that everyone? Can you double check me? I suddenly don't have Kim on my screen anymore. There you are. Are we good? Okay, perfect. All right, I will click over here. We will spin and see who gets a tree. Okay. Wow, that is right on the line. Apparently I get a tree this time. Yay. Okay.
Good
Well,
job.
then
Nice
I
job.
will contact
Go.
myself for my information and get that taken care of. All right. I believe that is all we have. Let me come back over here. Did I go back to the PowerPoint or just for me? Just for me. Okay, hold on. One of these days I'm gonna figure all this out. There we go. Okay, perfect. So final slide. There we go. All right. So this is all of our contact information, all of our socials. I'd like to try to share that every single time we meet. You can contact us in so many different ways. Again, any questions you've got about the club, any suggestions, we are always happy to hear from you. You can email Kim or me directly at our My Campus emails. Or the group has an email, which is just apus.kindnessclub@gmail.com. All of our socials there. And if anybody has any questions, we can take those.
I have a statement to make, Kelly, Dr. Jernigan. Well, with our, well, during, well, we had a tobacco-free partnership of St. Lucie County. We meet quarterly, so I've been on their team just as a volunteer for over 2 years, so like for about 2.5 years.
All right.
And then we met at Oxbow Eco Center for Earth Day during April, which was great. We had like a table, and we it was actually the Department of Health fund, kind of with the Tobacco Free Partnership. So that was great. Oxbow Eco Center has an annual Earth Day. Then we met again for like with a number of different trainings. If anyone is interested in tobacco cessation, please email me, thankfulness_survey@outlook.com. I could probably network to find either a chapter within your county across the United States, or phone quit programs with different health providers that work with your state or within your network. And then we had a tobacco cigarette cleanup with the Lincoln Park cleanup. That was great. I was part of that for just like a quick 15 minutes. I really slept in. I really slept late that day, the last Friday. And then Saturday, I just cleaned up some cigarettes as I had previously. I've actually documented some of the litter that I clean up, but I have much more to provide to you about different litter cleanups in general. May
If you have
31st.
links for any of those, if you could either put them in the chat or email them to me,
Sure.
and then I would be able to share them out. That might be the easiest way to go.
Sure, yeah. Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah.
Well, someone's hoping to work with me on that. Oh, well, May 31st is World No Tobacco Day. It actually it's international, and our chapter is meeting at Kilmer Branch Library. So yeah, so it's World No Tobacco Day on the 31st. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, if you can
if
send me those
anyone
links,
is
like I
a
said, just send me
challenge
an
or knows
email.
anyone would like to. Sure.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, send that information out to me and then I can share it out too.
Sure.
All right. Perfect. Well, if there is nothing else, then again, thank you all for coming and we will hope to see you next time.
All right. Thank you guys.
Right.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
Have a
see
good
you.
week.
Take care. You too. Bye-bye.